Like spiritually, we have a problem with that, and we'll be wrestling with that from here on out.
That's the boy you're seeing, a Garcia.
Garcias own some of the most valuable dogs on the island.
And we can't build the hotel unless we buy them.
But I wanted to ask if you were familiar with the Anna Todd book universe adaptations before going into this.
You know, admittedly, I knew a little bit about it, but not much. I definitely did a little deep dive. I became like fascinated with Anna as a person. She has such an interesting story. And I did a little research and got really into it.
Yeah,
like, this is so interesting. The fan fiction, Wattpad, I didn't know about any of it.
Really? The Harry Styles of it?
I didn't know. And I learned about it, and I was like, wow, I'm fascinated.
Yeah, it's so cool. I've been like locked in since the early days.
Okay, so you know.
Yeah, and so I was very excited about this one. And I was curious, like, because the adaptation was announced before the book had come out.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was curious about like the beginnings of your involvement. Like, did you know?
I read the script first. The book had not come out yet. And so it was a very interesting process. It was reverse engineered. Where Anna sold it as a feature and then wrote the book. And so I read the script and I loved it and I totally saw a way in, and then kind of had this unique situation of having the book after, which I feel like provided a really good foundation of like understanding the character's inner monologue more than anything, because from the page to the screen is like there are so many changes and so many things that we, you know, did slightly differently, but our priority was like maintaining the essence of the characters. That's all. So it was really cool.
Definitely, and I'm sure it helped because she was also an executive producer. So what was that relationship like and working with her in that way?
It was a great relationship. We clicked immediately. She's like the easiest person to work with. I feel like our chemistry together is really natural, and we have the same priorities and the same ideas for having to like achieve that. And so it was a really creative and cool relationship. I love her.
I love that. And kind of speaking of another collaborative element, I know your husband works with you on the scores, and he worked with you on this one as well.
Yes.
So I was curious about like what that collaboration process was like on this one.
It was a really cool collaboration. My husband has a mechanical heart valve, so he kind of had his own like unique way into Rye's illness and like the way that her psychology is like kind of shaped from growing up with something like that. So he brought something kind of personal and cool to the table, and like when he would play me like score that he had written for it, I was like, wow, I'm like, this is breathtaking. It was very cool. Like we haven't done like a sexy YA romance together before, and it was very cool.
I love that. Did he go to Spain with you?
Mm-hmm.
And you had a baby too recently.
Yes, he was very much there because I was like 6-7 weeks postpartum when we were shooting. So I needed a hardcore village around me.
So get to the scenic, you get the full immerse.
Yeah.
Love that.
He was fully immersed. We were fully immersed with a small, tiny little baby girl.
Oh, that's so cute. And she's already a world traveler,
She's
right?
a world traveler. Passport, 5 weeks old. Yeah.
That's adorable. I love that. And then diving into the on-screen romance, I was curious, like in the casting process, like what qualities were you looking for in Ryan Julian that Maya and Fernando like immediately kind of understood or captured?
Yeah. I mean, when I met Maya, she's such a confident and strong, like just a beautiful human being. And I feel like more than anything, I sensed like this, she was completely fearless. And so together, I feel like what we worked on together was like finding the fragility and gentleness of Rye, of somebody whose like psychology has been shaped by this, condition, and like how that would kind of look. And we were both like curious about the same things, and I think it was very easy for us to like have a language together. So she was our face of Rye right from the jump. And then when when we saw her and Fernando in a room together, we were like, the chemistry is like so palpable. You can cut with a knife.
I love that. What was that chemistry read scene?
The chemistry read scene was the beach. It was their like kind of walk and talk after they run into each other for a second time. And then the third one was them after he cooks her the fish and they're on the boat before.
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh, all good scene. And especially the kiss scene with the light coming in from behind, so stunning.
On the beach?
Yes.
Yeah, in the water, yeah. That's the sunlight or the moonlight, yeah.
Gorgeous. I mean, I'm curious about getting that shot. I mean, obviously such an important moment. It's their first kiss. I mean, tell me about filming that.
Yeah. I remember vaguely like we were almost shut down. The police we weren't allowed to like have a certain light there. I think it was our moonlight. Anyway, the light you're talking about, we almost got shut down for. But no, that was a highly anticipated moment. We were very excited about that.
Yeah, they told me it was very cold though.
It was freezing.
It was hard to
get in that water, have fun.
That's amazing. And was there any romantic scene between the two of them where they improv'd or they did something that maybe surprised you, that they added another element that wasn't in the script?
I think the scene that you just brought up when they're splashing around in the water, they had they were crazy playful with each other, which I think was a little bit on the page, but they certainly made that their own. They felt like for a second it was two kids, kind of playing, and then yeah, it was cool. But they brought so much to the table individually, and as a director, I love to let the actors improv and play, and I can figure it out in the edit.
Love that. And was there any scene that maybe underwent the most changes or almost looked totally different from start to finish?
We had a few endings. I don't want to say alternate endings, but yeah, alternate endings and different bookends, and not necessarily no scene change, but the monologue was shifting. And so yeah, what we landed on was...
Yeah, I thought the ending was so interesting because it's she doesn't fully remember him yet. I guess there's that's up for debate, that you want to leave that on a question mark.
It's not for the debate.
Okay,
yes.
Something to explore in the potential sequel.
Yeah,
which
definitely.
We know is being written.
Yeah,
which is very exciting. Would you want to return to direct a potential
I would
sequel?
love to. I love this world. I love Rai and Isolde. I mean, the mother-daughter relationship is so rich and exciting to me. And I had not done romance before. I had not. I really hadn't directed a sex scene or anything like this before, and I really enjoyed it. I think that it's such a beautiful story, and I love the characters, and there's a lot of places to go from the ending.
Definitely, 100%. And I kind of, speaking of, the spicy element of it, it's I feel like we don't see this age range in romance a lot. This young 20s.
Young 20s.
Which I was curious, if that was part of the draw for you as well.
Yes. Yeah, because I didn't want to, I know that, high school is sometimes where, people go for that. And I felt to do it a beat older was a little, resonated with me a little bit more. And, the twilight zone of your early 20s, I remember very well. And you're just kind of, running around like a chicken with your head cut off. And, I don't know, organizing that chaos.
100%, and then finding the romance in it. Well,
exactly.
And she does,
yes.
Which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was curious also if there was anything aside from the age range that you wanted to that you thought was very unique about the script, and that you felt maybe was a twist on. I mean, we've seen the tropes that are in this before, but it's a little bit different. It doesn't feel exactly the same.
There's, I think, parts of the story that felt just really grounded to me. And I wanted to understand and bring to life the assignment of this sexy, escapist love story, but the reality of her condition and the mother-daughter relationship kept the elements like really grounded to me. And so that was, yeah, I had a way in. I had a personal way in.
Definitely. And were there any like tropes that you were particularly excited to, you know, put your own spin on, or like?
Yes. I mean, like the guy who's, you know, the enemies to lovers thing, like I love that. I'll never not be inspired by that, by like a character that like you actually like really don't like at first. And then by the end you are like, okay, maybe there's more than meets the eye. I will always be, you know, invigorated by the challenge of being underestimated in whether it's in a specific character or in the story as a whole. Like I'll go and I'll try to find it.
Definitely. And kind of speaking of that like enemies element, I mean that meet cute, or I guess not, it's not cute, it is, you know, at the beach. What was it like shooting? I mean, that's an iconic first meeting.
I mean, well, we had like, you know, 40 nude extras. So there's the 13-year-old boy inside of me thought that was hilarious. And then, yeah, I mean, the meeting of them, I mean, she's like an outsider in this private beach that is just for locals. And, you know, if there's like someone random on a beach who's like fully in a bathing suit and everyone else, I mean, it's off-putting. So like, I totally buy his energy of like being like, who are you? Get out of here. That felt really true to me. And as you know from seeing the film, like, you know, he becomes like this very like gentle and wise man. And I love his transformation, and it was a really fun scene to shoot.
Me too, 100%. It's the like journey is just so amazing. I mean, how do you see like what based on where they are, like end up and at the end, are there any like potential like things you want to explore with them next without, unless you, I don't know if you know.
Yeah. No,
where they're going with it.
I have an idea. I have an idea. I think we have an idea, and you know, like I think there's a lot to mine in remembering someone that is so like completely primally natural to you, but that your like brain doesn't quite remember. So like I think like having a chemistry, a romantic chemistry with someone where you're like almost like mirroring each other and like figuring out what once was is like a very hot.
Definitely. Oh, I'm so excited. And I mean, there's also the fact that, you know, he didn't go against, I guess he did go against her, you know, wishes. She didn't want the surgery.
Yeah, she did not.
And he kind of like pushed her mom to make that choice. So I imagine that's something to tension there.
Maya and I have talked about that. Like at the end of the shoot, we were like, it wasn't her choice. And she's like, it wasn't your choice. Oh my God. Like spiritually, we have a problem with that. And we'll be wrestling with that from here on out.
So excited. Okay. So we got some it's not going to be completely, you know, easy from here. But I guess they have to fall in love again too. That's not easy either.
No.
But I guess he doesn't have to.
I mean, like how sad, like how gutting would it be to like find the love of your life and then they like, don't remember you in the morning. Well, we've seen it before. It's pretty gutting.